Once a noble and valiant knight, Sir Arthur had devoted his entire life to serving his kingdom. He had fought battles, saved lives, and always stood up for what was right. He was respected and admired by all, and his name was known throughout the land. But as time passed, the kingdom changed. The king became corrupt and greedy, and those in power began to value wealth and status over honor and justice. Sir Arthur did his best to uphold his principles but was increasingly at odds with the new regime. Despite his loyalty and dedication, Sir Arthur was eventually fired from his post as a knight. The king accused him of being too old and out of touch with the changing times. Sir Arthur was devastated. His identity and a sense of purpose had been tied to his role as a knight, and now that was gone. Sir Arthur tried to find other ways to serve his kingdom, but no one wanted to hire an old and outdated knight. He fell into despair and depression, feeling like his entire life had been for nothing. The world had changed, and he was left behind. One day, Sir Arthur heard the news of an impending invasion by a neighboring kingdom. The kingdom needed to be prepared and outmatched, and Sir Arthur knew they would need all the help they could get. Despite being cast aside, Sir Arthur decided to take matters into his own hands. He donned his old armor and took up his sword once again. He rode out to the front lines of the battle, fighting with all his might alongside the other soldiers. His age and experience made him a formidable opponent, and he quickly gained the respect of those around him. But despite his best efforts, the kingdom was defeated. Sir Arthur was mortally wounded in the final battle, his body broken and battered. As he died on the battlefield, he thought about his life and all he had lost. He realized that he had never truly belonged in this new world, but that didn't diminish his pride for having fought for what he believed in until the end. As Sir Arthur drew his last breath, he felt a sense of peace. He knew that he had done his best, that was all that mattered. He closed his eyes and whispered a prayer for the kingdom he had loved so dearly, hoping that someday it would find its way back to the values he had held so dear.